Hello, water sign collective and any cross watchers. I'm here to continue with the read for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, the water elemental signs. We're breaking things down right now for the seasons, just seeing what's coming in with each season for you in 2022, what kind of energies will be in play. I totally cleared out the deck to just take out all the energy from the past reading, and want to also just bring in some bay leaf energy just to sort of clear the air and help us land in this space as we start to look at the spring season and what's coming in. We just had a look at the winter, you know, and just as a brief recap, really looks like for Cancer and Scorpio, there's a lot of kind of putting disappointments from the past behind you and bringing things full circle, having some healing, having some completion with things of the past, and doing some cleansing work, some purifying work, so that you can really just like clear out all those cobwebs and invite the new energy that wants to come in for you. And for Pisces, it really looks more like sort of rooting the higher energies, like that you've transmuted through your time that you did spend, you know, integrating your shadow work, which you already, I feel like you already passed through it a bit ago, you know. It's not as recent for you as it was for Cancer and Scorpio. But you've really transmuted that energy. And now you're bringing it forward in a way that can, in some sense, offer healing to others. And it's through the path of creativity. And I really see a project, you know, coming in for you that's going to start developing in the winter. And I think you're also going to see financial gain from that project. It's going to be something that supports you. So that really came in. And now we're going to get ready to look at the spring. I'm not going to do a Celtic cross for this one. I actually just really feel like this sense of like, don't fence me in, okay? And I'm also feeling like a need for the water signs to sort of balance polarities, okay? So while you are, you know, still having this message come through of really needing to connect with your element, to embody your element, like, you know, make sure you're drinking enough water, make sure you're staying hydrated, give yourself time, buy bodies of water, take baths, you know, all of this is really key for you right now. In some sense, just really being in contact with your element, right? But then there's also this need to kind of stoke the opposite, and bring your fire forward more, you know, connect more with what makes you passionate, with what gives you purpose, what gives you drive, what stirs you up and inspires you into action. Because what I'm gathering is that there's been a little bit, maybe a little bit too much of this kind of like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna kind of like go with the flow. And I think it's time to really call your Agni forward, okay? That's an Ayurvedic term. Agni is like your inner fire, okay? It said with a little Agni, anything is possible. And I feel that's something you haven't really fully nurtured in a while, and your fire is wanting to come forward. Your fire may also want to come forward in some words, right? Some things that have been unexpressed that you need to say, that you need to get off your chest. But that's why I feel it's very important for you to be in your element, so that when you do speak those fiery emotions, they can be tempered by your water element, you know? So though your words may be strong, they're not damaging. You know what I mean? So that was really coming in for you guys before your reading. But now we're going to look at spring season, okay? And see what's coming all in for the spring season for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And I just ask Great Spirit to use me as your messenger. Cleanse me of any of my personal biases, any energies I have left in my space from the busyness of my day, from my other readings I've done, so that I can be a clear channel and can let your guidance come through unobstructed, so that it may be received by those who need to hear these messages. Please remember with this reading that I will speak in terms of he, she, but take it as it applies to you. You know, it's all fluid. I've got the German Shepherd here acting up a bit. Ted, no, baby. No, baby. Is somebody wanting attention? I think you might have somebody like this in your life who's really wanting your attention right now, and maybe it's not the most convenient time to deal with them, okay? Everything means something, all right? But anyway, I think I'm going to actually let him out of the room. Come on, I'm going to let you out, Ted. One moment. We're going to let you out. No, come on. You're going to go out. You're going to go out here. Come on. And that's how you might need to bring your fire forward, you know? Maybe there's somebody who is, you know, really trying to rush the process, rush the healing process. Maybe they're, you know, really trying to kind of like, you know, grab your attention. And you're in a space where you're still kind of, you know, getting centered, you know, in how you want to address that person, how you want to deal with them. Everything that happens in a reading means something, so I'm going to just let Ted do his thing out there and not further disrupt the reading. He's been very active lately, so I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I noticed it ever since that last Cancer full moon. He's been super energetic and unable to just chill. I don't know what's going on with him. He's picking something up, okay? And I feel like it's something, you know, for him to come forward with that in the middle of the read. I feel like it's something that's also maybe coming forward for you all. Maybe you're picking something up energetically and you're just kind of trying to get your bearings and trying to process, you know, what you're feeling and how you want to direct that energy. And you got other people kind of like pulling at you when you're really needing to focus your attention on yourself. So make sure you do like I just did and like have your solid boundaries during this time. That's one way to use your fire, you know, is delineate your boundaries and say, you know, this isn't really acceptable. I can't have you, you know, pulling at me at a time when I'm really needing to kind of focus my attention, okay? Me and Ted had a talk before this reading, too. So he was definitely pushing the boundaries, okay? I'm going to take a drink of this water here. Before I start. So, thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to do this freestyle. I don't want to lay down a Celtic cross. I really feel the need not to be like penned in that way. I feel like I want more creativity, more play, more freedom of movement. And I feel like these are all themes that are coming in for the water signs as well. Okay, so we're just looking at what is coming in for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, collective for spring 2022 season. What's coming in for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio collective, spring 2022. Oh, the this one wants to try to get away. We're not going to let that one get away. What's coming in for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Okay. Ooh, okay. All right, we got some interesting energies in play here. Oh, wow. Everything came out reversed, okay? So I'm kind of taking this a particular way, though. I'm really taking it as sort of like this review. You're looking back at the past, possibly dealing with somebody connected to your past, okay? This is coming through pretty strongly. This is the Emperor in reverse. That's Aries energy, okay? I will call out the signs, but anybody can embody the energy, so just be aware of that. It's to help you tap into the message. When you have the Emperor in reverse, you're dealing with somebody who's pretty difficult to deal with, okay? They're very stubborn. They're very set in their ways. It's their way or the highway. They very much want to be in control. And they're not really so interested in, you know, how you think things need to go. You know, they're very set in their ways and what they've decided to do. And I think maybe you're not very happy about what this Emperor in your life has chosen to do, because we see that the Sun card is upside down. It's in reverse. So this is sort of like being unhappy, you know, with the decision that the Emperor is making. It's not in alignment with kind of the story that you told yourself about how things were supposed to turn out, okay? This is what's coming through very strongly here, just that, you know, maybe even what was agreed upon between you, what you discussed, what you talked about, there's some kind of like going back on words. And I do feel like there's roots of this in the past. And I just want to get a little more clarification. Ooh, right away. Yeah, definitely. There's been a disappointment here with this Queen of Swords energy coming in. This is a court card. Okay. So when we look at court cards, you do want to take the astrological signs a little bit more seriously. Court cards are identifying people cards. All right. Whereas when an astrological sign is associated with a major arcana card, we're really looking at an archetypal energy. But these are actually specific people. So we got, you know, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini with this Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords is heavily recognized as Libra, though. So there's a couple ways that this could be coming through. There could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius in the mix. It could be somebody that's connected to the past. There could be some kind of decision this Emperor is making about this person and you're not in agreement with it. The Sun card is associated with the sign of Leo. So that's the other energy on the board there, all right? Let's see what's going on with this story here. Yeah, I see, looking at the bottom of the deck, there's been a turn of the Wheel of Fortune, okay? There's some kind of destiny at play in this situation, okay? This is the karmic wheel. So it looks like things are kind of heading in an unanticipated direction. I'd see that this is a love matter, okay, with this King of Cups energy. King of Cups can be a romantic partner, okay? It can also be associated with any of the water sign energies, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this can be, you know, that could be their sun sign, or they have it strongly aspected in their chart, okay? But this is somebody who is emotionally available. They're ready, you know, they're ready to connect with somebody emotionally. Yeah, they're looking for a new beginning here. You know, we see that with this Magician card, all right? A lot of times the Magician card can symbolize reunions. And we do see right behind here, though, there's the Queen of Pentacles. And so right away what I'm noticing is that there's too many queens on the board here. okay? We got a Queen of Pentacles, that's earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we got the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? And right behind that came in the Three of Cups, all right? So to me, I think that there's been some disappointment about a third party situation and maybe a revival of somebody coming in from the past. And there's some karmic cleanup work in this situation that needs to be done. I think that this was very disappointing. It's caused a lot of upset because things didn't go quite as you anticipated. And there's sort of like a stalemate right now, you know, a time out in the situation with this Four of Swords. All right. This is what's going to be coming in the spring season. All right. Right now in that Four of Swords, I feel like that's where the situation's at right now. It's on pause. There's been a letting go, you know, sort of a surrendering to whatever's meant to be will be. And we got that, definitely that here with the World, okay? There's been a sense of completion, okay? But the World also brings with it success, okay? There's something happening that's beneath the surface right now that can't be seen. But we got this like pomegranate imagery here with the High Priestess, okay? High Priestess is associated with Pisces, all right? So Pisces, this message may be something very pertinent for you, okay? When we're looking here at this pomegranate, it's definitely like there's something that can't be seen. It's beneath the surface. But what happens in the spring after Persephone makes her journey, you know, down into the underworld and is there during the dark time of winter, you know, integrating the shadow, you know, working below the surface. She sprouts back to life. And with all that wisdom, you know, everything that she's learned, and she rises up in the spring, okay? So I feel like there's something that's really going to be illuminated, but it has its roots in what's been sort of stirring beneath the surface during the winter season, Pisces, okay? Yeah, and on the top of the deck, we have Nine of Cups. So I think that, you know, in terms of this situation where there's been a disappointment, you know, I feel like there's going to be a turnaround. There is some wish fulfillment coming in here. But it's not going to happen, you know, if you don't bring some work to it. This is very necessary. Like we see this growth is just wilting here, but it's also kind of like, you know, you got your hands full. You're taking on too much. You know, you have too much that you're carrying right now, and it's weighing you down, and it's not really giving you the opportunity to tend to the areas where you really want to see growth. So, you know, there's a need for you to lighten your burdens in the spring so you can really pour some energy into what you're wanting to cultivate. That's what's going to bring, you know, the new opportunities in. Yeah, there's a need. I feel like there's somebody from the past that there needs to be some closure with. Things weren't properly closed. There's this energy of there needing to be some communication. I feel like there's some things that still are left to be said. And I feel this is coming from the masculine, okay? And again, here's that air energy again with the King of Swords. That's Libra, you know, Aquarius, and Gemini again. So that's a double message. And we actually have counterpart energy here. So that's really leading me to believe that, you know, this person, this Queen of Swords in relation to, you know, that Emperor in reverse energy and how this has caused, you know, an upset is significant. because there's a true pair here with this King of Swords. All right, this is a true pair. So there's some kind of, you know, karmic cleanup, sentience, karmic cleanup work that needs to be done there. It's very important for healing. Yeah, there's a lot of heartache, you know, attached to this situation with the Three of Swords. We see that. It's very clear, you know, but it's important that this work is done because that's what invites in the new cycle, you know, the new adventure with the Fool energy. You know, this is also associated with the sign of Aries. Okay, so we have two Aries cards, and this came out upright, all right? This was Emperor in reverse. So what I'm getting here is that there is a man that is very significant, that is definitely in need of some healing. And this can be, the Emperor can be embodied by any sign, really. It's a man who's in his power, but this is a man out of his power. And the reason why he's out of his power and why he's kind of like been difficult to deal with is because he's really in need of healing. And I feel like it's in relation to this Queen of Swords energy, because we see the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords show up as a pair, okay? There's definitely this healing theme here. We see there's been heartbreak there. We also see there's been too many players involved in this situation, because we got this Queen of Pentacles in the mix as well, okay? And the Three of Cups, okay? This like has third party written all over it. But it's not a hopeless situation. There's a way to turn that Sun energy, you know, right side up again and bring in that happiness and that joy. But it's going to take work. It's going to take work. You know, you're going to need to be willing to do the work required for growth in this situation and the healing that you want to come in, you know, that'll bring you that wish fulfillment. And, you know, speaking for Cancer and Scorpio specifically, you know, that really involves integrating your shadow, you know, being willing to look at the tough stuff. Okay. Super essential. Let's see. I just want to see what will happen if time is given to this healing that is necessary. How is this going to affect Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio collective spirit? You know, I think this has been very disruptive. I see that there's been, you know, some kind of shaking of stability. We got Ten of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So there might have been some financial challenges associated with this. I don't know if some of you have been going through a divorce, and money has been an issue. And that's something that's been weighing heavily on your mind. If there's been, you know, disruption in a home, disruption in a family in association with this matter, you know, this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But, you know, it's time to move out of hermit mode, okay? Virgo energy. It's time to move out of that hermit mode. It's time to, you know, the time for rest is ending. You know, you got your rest period, okay? You've been putting it on ice through the winter, right? We talked about that, you know, with the last reading about this need to close up the old cycles, do your healing work, okay? And it really looks to me like, you know, what was hidden, you know, is going to be coming to light with that moon. You know, Pisces, Cancer energy, okay? What was hidden is going to be coming to light with that moon. And there's going to be some things being revealed to you in the spring that might be a little surprising to you, might take you back a little bit, but, you know, there is an opportunity for healing here where it may seem very unlikely, all right? But it's definitely going to require really putting in the work. It's going to take some work, and it's going to take some care. And really, when it comes down to it, only you can determine if it's worth that. And you may be balancing that out a little bit with this Two of Pentacles energy in the spring. You may be sort of like juggling your options and thinking, you know, do I really want this? Is it worth it? You know, is it worth salvaging? Do I want to pour my energy into this? And with this Emperor in reverse energy, okay, this doesn't just have to relate to like a romantic situation. It could be a family dynamic you're dealing with, certainly with that Ten of Pentacles coming up. It could be in relation to a close friend, you know, it could be in a business situation, you know, and another party got brought into the mix. You weren't really on board with that decision. You didn't like the way the energy flowed. You kind of had to take a time out from the situation to get your bearings. I believe that is true for some people here. Okay. That might be more so for Pisces. I'm kind of feeling that strongly. This might be on a business level, a business arrangement where a third party gets pulled in. It brings complication. You know, you don't agree with the contract. You don't agree with the terms, you know, and that there's some stuff happening beneath the surface and you're going to kind of wonder, should I go forward with this? But, you know, we do see this hope energy coming in with the Star card, okay? And that's like wish fulfillment, you know? That shows that the energy is not wasted, you know? There's never wasted energy when it's invested in growth and healing. If you're ever in doubt about what should I do, what's the right choice, like always choose growth. So, and that's really going to be your best litmus test for your situation in the spring. It's like looking at your situation realistically. Is there growth here? Is there the potential for growth? I'm not talking about, is it easy? Is it fun? Is it all rainbows and fucking unicorns, you know, flying through the sky, you know? What is the reality? Is there really potential for growth? Do you see the other people you're dealing with? Are they committed to growth too? Are they invested in that too? Do you think you can get on the same page? You know, and be really honest about that. And if you feel like, no, I don't think there is a way, and I don't really want to expend that energy, then don't, you know, and invest it where you do feel like there is going to be that, you know, we've talked about that reciprocal flow. All right. But we see with the Star that healing is coming. Okay. In one way, shape, or form, what was wronged will be righted. What didn't feel fair will make sense, you know, and there will be a turnaround in this situation. I really feel like with that Magician energy, it's like a rabbit pulled out of the hat, like last minute, that last minute reprieve. And it does bring in this Four of Wands energy. All right. That's a beautiful card to get. It shows happiness. It shows a stable home life. It shows family togetherness. It shows, you know, people building together to create something. So, it looks like there's a good turnaround with that. It looks like there's good news financially too, you know, a little something coming in financially. It might not be a huge financial gain, but it's something, it's a beginning, and it will lead to bigger things. And this in particular may involve a Leo energy. Okay. This is the Strength card right here. But this Strength card, also has this Empress energy in here, which is all four queens embodied. Okay. So this is for any of you water signs who have really done your work and you've really come into, you know, you've come into your power. You've come into your center. Like you have done your work. You have tamed the lions of the past. You've made peace with the past, and you do have the strength, you know. You do have the strength to rise to the challenge. And I think a lot of you will choose, you know, self-gratification, self-cultivation, you know, investing in yourself, pouring your energy into yourself, giving yourself lots of self-care, and really growing financially. I see a lot of you water signs investing in yourselves and really seeing financial growth because of that. And you're like turning your back on this devil energy. You know, you're ready to move beyond what's limited you and held you back in the past. and to kind of like, you know, get over some of those addictive elements that have been a hindrance to you on your path, so you can move away from that disappointment and move away from like the toxic connections and find your true partner, you know, the one who can really meet you in that place of love. So I see like this beautiful love energy coming in, and that is the Judgment. And it's also justice, okay? So there's that Libra energy again. Libra is pretty significant in this reading, and we got Victory right behind that, all right? And Two of Wands, okay? Which is a new beginning and a new way forward with a partner who's in it with you. Okay, looks pretty good for the spring. We'll tune in on the next one to what's coming in for summer.